Welcome viewers. This is Politics Today. Hapa Science TV. By the way, hapa tunachapa siasa. We are here for you just to give you some, our opinions with the guests. We have some guests here, so they give their opinions. And we have one guest today. Before I tell you who that guest is, our sign language interpreter is Esther Kendi, and I encourage you to give us your feedback. Very simple. Just go to your phone and tap 0111 980384. 0111 980384. Give us your opinion. By the way, you can start with the word politics. Just write politics. If you want, you can write siasa. Then you go ahead and give your view. We are glad to hear from you. Hey, hi.
Hi.
Esther Kendi. No, this is not Esther Kendi. Esther Kendi is our sign language interpreter. Stacy Awiti. Stacy Awiti is our guest today. High five.
Hi, how are you?
Yes, fine. Karibu sana. Karibu Studio Science Television. Mimi naitwa JONAH SIMBA. My name is JONAH SIMBA. They call me JONAH SIMBA. I wanted to add powerful. Yeah.
You are powerful.
Yes. Wow. Stacy Awiti, you are an aspiring young politician.
Yes.
From which county?
I come from Kiambu County.
Kiambu County. Yes. Stacy Awiti. Yes.
Yes, I come from Kiambu County.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm so proud to be your host today. Your guest. Sorry. Yeah, your guest today.
Right.
Tuchape siasa.
Tuchape siasa. By the way, maisha ni mzuri? Maisha inakupeleka sawa sawa?
Maisha ilikuwa lukewarm, saizi imekuwa moto. Moto kwa sababu of the high cost of living.
Right.
Everyone is complaining. And I think.
But are you complaining? Everyone may be complaining, but are you really?
Yes, I am, because it's a common. It's now the rhythm. It's the melody.
Yeah, you don't look like a sufferer.
That's not written on the face. There are those few. There are two types of sufferers. There are those who shout, like will say, "Naumia," and there are those who silently just go, lock themselves, or they just go and weep in their pillows or close, like they don't want to be seen.
But really,
at the end of the day, whether shouting or silently, people are suffering.
Umepanda mahindi mahali?
Sijapanda bado.
You don't have a shamba?
No.
Okay, so fertilizer haijakusaidia mahali.
Haijanisaidia bado.
I want to imagine lazima there is a place where the government interventions have met you as a young Kenyan. There must be a place. Umekutana naye, kama hujakutana naye kwa fertilizer, umekutana naye kwa ICT. Kuna mahali mzigo, nasikia punda amechoka ama amekufa. Ameanguka.
Hapa tu kwa kila mahali tunaitanga it's the meeting point.
Hapa
kwa KRA.
Right.
That is the equalizer where everyone has to go through that. It is the entry and the exit. Hakuna ukikoswa kwa entry. Kwa exit tutapatikana tu, utanaswa.
I really want to know. That's why I've brought you to studio today. I want to honestly know, because we bring some people who know issues of politics, maybe professionals or technical, people who are technical. But I wanted to have you as a lady on the ground. Of course, you're an aspiring politician, fine.
Yes.
But when mwananchi wa kawaida.
Yeah.
And I wanted to hear honestly kutoka kwa mdomo ya punda. Okay. Yeah. I hope you are not a punda here. But Kama, really, this what advice do you have for the government, if you have any? Of course, the government has not asked for any advice, but you never know. Brainstorming may help.
Yes.
I mean, ventilating. Ventilating with the government. Yeah, it could even be a brainstorm, whichever. Tell me.
Yeah, the truth is, like, people are suffering, especially when it comes to our woman. As a young lady, I'm the one who has to look at my house. What am I? I have to, like, maintain the house.
Yes.
Whatever we eat, the bills and whatever.
So unatumia mafuta ya mboga.
Yeah. So when you go there shopping, I normally say the inflation is real because nowadays 1,000 bob, once umevunja hata,
yeah,
it disappears. It's like, it's even a few, even you can't compare to 100 bob, you compare it to 50 shillings.
Okay. So
that shows I can get out of my house with 1,000 bob and I'll come with very few things.
Right.
And I'm like, is it really worth it?
Okay.
And the problem is that the expenditure is high, but the source of income is low. So once you cannot balance income and expenditure, kuna mtu ataumia mahali, and that is where I would like to urge the government, like, try to balance. Everything in this life is about balance. You cannot lean on one side and expect there to be a balance. It has never happened and it can never happen. So my urge to the government is, get down, scare what the wananchis are crying. We are there, you are there in those seats because this wananchi had the courage in you, had the hope, and they chose you because they saw you could represent their pleas and their cries.
Right.
So that's the best thing as a leader you can do. And I'm also, it is something that probably not a lot of people are saying, but now the youths are coming to a point where they feel that they also need to own up. They need to be part of what is or part of the solution, because even for them they have felt like they have been left out. I even have to see this parliament, not many youths are even being involved in decision making.
Okay.
So we have come to a point where we as youths are also feeling like we have been left out in this government. Our opinion does not count, and yet we are the majority of people in this country.
When you say your opinion does not count,
yes,
do you mean to say unahisi the government haikujali?
Yeah, like the representation even in government. Like, can you count the percentage of youths that are out there in this government?
Okay.
That are out there vocal?
Okay, what is the efficiency of that representation? Definitely you have an MP somewhere.
Yes.
You have an MCA. You have a governor. You have a senator. You have a women rep. You're a young lady.
Yeah.
Don't you feel overrepresented? Are you feeling the representation? Kuna mtu anakulilia?
The thing that the representation comes in such a way that I come and I cry to you as my MP. I'm crying to you as a youth.
Yeah.
Now you take my cries as a youth to the government, but not me myself. Now that is where the problem comes in, because the way I would like to represent my pleas is not the same way you will do, and there's no one that can speak louder than you yourself.
Do you feel like if this hustler narrative was handled properly, it would have benefited the young people?
Yes, and that is why people voted for this government, because the hustlers thought that it's a high time that they themselves have been featured. They thought that at last ule mwananchi wa mashinani amefikiwa, the mamambogas, the bodabodas and the likes.
Yes.
But now you come and you find that these people they have been so disappointed because they had high expectations, very, very high expectations.
Right.
Only to come and find disappointment at the end of it all. People are stressed, people are depressed, people are oppressed. People are even, some of them are even saying, I won't even, that was the last time I voted. I don't think I'll ever go and queue voting again.
That's a statement of frustration.
So now you come and you find that now we are a frustrated nation. What happens when it comes to frustrated nations? When it comes to other elections,
right?
People might not turn out to vote. The effect will still bad leaders will still get into power.
So our watu, or rather the leaders, I'm looking at the women rep, I'm looking at the MP, I'm looking at the MCA. Have I mentioned 3 people so far?
Yes, there's the Senate.
Let me go to the 4. I'm looking at the senator, then I'm looking at the governor, then finally I'm looking at the president.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't think, na wanakula mshahara mzuri, you don't feel like they are doing a good job. I mean, how I feel, you don't feel like wanaku affect in any way.
I'm not feeling, and I'm not even the only one complaining. It's all over social media. It's all over the estates. It's all over even in those industries, in those companies, in those bazaars, in those mamambogas, mputanos, in the saloons. It is everywhere.
Yeah.
People are not content with what is going on.
But
even the president himself, people are saying if he could at least just get to hear what the people are saying, people will really appreciate. At times it's always good, even if you're not talking, or you're not, just give a listening ear. You don't brush off what a person has said.
Right.
Just take your time, get to listen what this person is saying, because at the end of the day, there's a reason as to why this person is saying what they are saying. And when a person comes and he or she knows that you are there because of the votes, I normally say to people that we have been left, when it comes to politics, the best thing about politics is that we are slaves, we are supposed to be masters.
Okay.
Because why are we slaves? Why are we masters? Because those people are in office because of our votes. But once we have made them our masters, they have reduced us to slavery, which should not be the case. They are there to serve us, not for them, not for us to serve them.
Right.
So that is the other thing that the politicians should be familiar with. And I'm happy with Wagadhoni wa Mushomba. Is a woman I look up to, and I normally love her stand.
Okay.
Because for her, she was like, I'm not going to go in this direction when the people who elected me are suffering.
Right.
And I love the fact that she has stood her ground, and that remains that. I would love such leaders, and I'm also loving the trend that is now coming. Where now the leaders, even the elected politicians, they themselves are also, they're part of them are getting tired.
Is Wamishomba from Kiambu County?
She's from Kiambu.
Maybe some of us should come into Kiambu County and also try to see if we can lead in there.
Yeah, Kiambu is a very nice country. It's a county, it's a metropolitan county.
No, I think I should stay in Nairobi.
Come to Kiambu. The competition there is nice.
Yes.
It's something that you can learn a lot from.
Right.
Bearing in mind that people
I'm looking
are from there.
Okay, I'm looking at these two counties, Kiambu, and then let me be audible, just in case someone is not hearing us. I'm looking at Kiambu, and I'm looking at Nairobi.
Yeah.
Very, very key counties in this country. If the hustlers in Kiambu are crying and the hustlers in Nairobi are crying, more often than not, that is the voice of the whole country.
Yeah.
Now, when you say that you're trying to speak to them, and I would imagine them, you mean leaders, and they're not hearing. Have you tried to speak? How do you speak? Okay, I know you'll tell me I'm speaking right now.
Yes.
How, I mean, is there a way that you can, have you ever participated in a public participation? I mean, do you find those public participation forums as just, some kind of setup or what?
Yeah, okay, to me I can say it depends with the leaders, and also it depends with the interest of our leaders.
Yes.
If a leader is subjected to change, he or she will implement what the people have said in a public participation. But if the leader is biased on one side, definitely as a normal human being, they'll go with what favors them. So me, I said those public participation, they normally go with the interests of the leaders.
But then it is said that it is mostly the hustlers, the low people who go to public participation forums. Whenever a leader comes around, maybe the county leadership, to ask your views, should we build a market, or should we build a road, or should we build a stadium? You find the mamas there, the mamambogas, very many of them, they have mobilized themselves to raise the voice. The youths, they are busy working, they are not there. So when they raise the question finally, now, Soko Ama Stadium, you hear Soko,
Yes.
that kind of thing. And then, of course, the manifestos of
Yes.
this, like the Hustler government, they came in with a manifesto.
Very strong
Yeah, I had a guest who was wondering whether they really know what it was in their manifesto. If they read it, that's what they get. Do you have the same feeling?
Yeah, for me, I'll say when you manifestos are about promises.
Right.
To wrap up about manifestos, they're about promises that you as a leader you have vowed to deliver
Okay.
to your people. And once, as a leader, once you've made a promise, the best thing you can do is to keep it. Because you are the one who drafted that manifesto, you are the one who gave it a go ahead, you are the one, it's like your vision.
Right.
So it's your vision that you want other people to help you make it to come to pass. So don't write it as a fairy tale, but let it be something that is realistic. Because at the end of the day, it's reality that counts. Even if I'm to promise you 1,000 flowers and I give you one,
Right.
I'll only come and this is the reality. I'll come and tell you, you gave me one flower. So when we are coming up with these manifestos, they should not be just booklets that are there just to please our ears. They should be what we mean. It's rather you have a one-page manifesto that you will implement and you will be able to deliver to the mwananchi, other than giving us promises. And then the funny thing is that whatever you objected to is whatever now you're finding on the ground being done. Honestly, it does not add up. It does not add up.
All right.
Yeah.
So, you bought the manifesto when they came around and said, we are the hustlers. You bought the manifesto. You felt like you're part and parcel of it. But right now you feel cheated. Is that am I hearing you correctly?
Yes. Because once you present something for me on the table, I'll buy what you have presented. It's like now in the normal Kenya where you buy something online. There's this meme that always goes around, what I ordered versus what I got.
Yes.
So you come and defend that whatever it is that we ordered is not what we are getting on the table. And as I said initially, it's something that it's really heartbreaking for Kenyans. Bearing in mind that people really trusted, gave you their vote with their everything, and I normally come and it's even come to a point where people are in denial. I could go and even find people saying that me, I did not choose this government. Me, I did not choose. And we're like asking them now who voted them in? Because now you feel people have been disappointed with the fact that they even don't want to associate themselves with the government. It's like they just don't want anything to do with the government, and it is not good.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So something should be done. The mwananchi should be considered, and even for the politicians, if you are to go with the current trends, some politicians now I think it has hit the mind of some politicians that they have to play their cards if they want to be re-elected next, because now the voice on the grassroots is like, if you support, just support them, but when you come next for a voice, we won't give you. And a leader who wants the continuation of their political tenure now has to consider the pleas of the mwananchi.
Now, let me ask you, have you ever attended a public participation forum?
Yes, various. I have attended, I've given out my views a lot, but...
Did you feel like your views were heard?
Okay,
what was your experience during the attendance of the forums?
My experience, I can say, when you're giving your views, they are taken and there's no bias or anything. But when it comes to implementation, now that is where you don't feel that representation implementation is there. That's now where you feel the bias. The bias is there. Because as I said earlier, everyone goes with their interest. Everyone wants to go with what works for them. What am I going to benefit from this? And for instance, the way you were saying about the stadium, and the road. The stadium and the soko. Now a leader will come and say, now if I build the stadium, how many people will come to this stadium? Probably during events or national public holidays. But when I build a soko for Mama Mboga, you come and you find that at least this is something that people will be singing daily, because people walk in the soko daily. So for him, because he wants that vote, he wants that prominence, like I opened these stalls, I did this. So you come and also find that they'll neglect the stadium, bearing in mind that even the stadium is also very important in the economy and also the development of youth and children when it comes to even games.
Is this go on?
Yeah, that's why I told you it depends with the interest of the politician. And it's not my opinion does not count. At the end of the day, I'll give my opinion, but it will not count.
Okay. Yeah. And how do you hear of those public participation forums? How did you access the information that there is a public participation forum? One. Secondly, what was the attendance? 100 people? You know, a county, I would imagine a county like Kiambu has very many people, you know, compared to the general population. What was the attendance in this public participation?
Okay, the first
and then what is the forum? I can imagine the chaos in talking. How many people are in attendance?
Okay, it normally depends, but mostly we normally hear them through the chief barazas, the county office.
Yeah.
So the attendance also depends with what the issue, the motion.
Do they give people some cash? You know, some youths?
Okay,
do they
that
give
one it depends. But cash is always there. Because at the end of the day, there are some people, here it's something that is normally there. There are some people who are paid to attend, and there are some people who will attend voluntarily.
So people are paid to attend what will benefit them?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Because at the end of the day, people, the way I'm telling you, people are fed up with politics. So you can call up a forum and people, because people even know if I even to air my views and they will not be implemented, why should I go waste my time? I'd rather do something productive than go. Now because this person wants to show that people attended this public participation, what will they do? They'll tell you, look for me a group of 100 youths or 50 people. You'll see what we can do. They come and they do what? And they attend. So you find that the genuine people who are there are very few. Right. And when you buy me, I'll say what you want. You'll tell me what to say. I don't have that freedom. My freedom is already is limited.
Right.
Because now you tell me when you go there, say A, B, C, and D, and that is exactly what I'll go and say. So that's why now you come, you see, genuine opinions are not considered.
All right.
Because at the end of the day, the person will drive his or agenda. And it's a high time for us, the youth, or even people who are normally paid, to give out views. I normally say we have a future and we have a country that we are protecting. You might be given 500 shillings or 1,000 bob, but know that your opinion is there to shape the country in the future.
So had someone ever looked down on your opinion as young people? You know, you hear of the saying, wazee wanaona mbali wakiwa wameketi, what the youth cannot see while they are on top of a tree.
A lot of times. A lot of times, there's no way you can mzee and a youth. It will only take a wise mzee.
Right.
To listen to a youth, because at the end of it all, ours are not opinions. The youth are not ours are not opinion but remarks.
Okay.
Yeah. So the moment they start seeing the youths as the future leaders, where our opinion counts, because as much as we are, the mzee can see far. No, there's also a place where the youth can also see further.
Okay.
So when these two minds come together, they can do extraordinary things.
In Kenya, by the way, there are 40 million.
But them say that's not going to be challenged.
Right.
So at the end of the day, we just have to keep on making our remarks and just hope that one day those remarks will be considered.
You call them remarks?
Yeah, because they're not opinions. Opinions are there to be considered. Remarks are just there to be heard and
Bipartisan talks the other day, some kind of public participation. People ventilated in the bipartisan talks. You know, people gave their views.
Yes.
Do you feel like those views are going anywhere?
What was the outcome? We saw at the press conference, they were saying that some things that were discussed were removed. that document did not contain everything
Right.
that those people, that the parties discussed.
Right.
And that's why I'm still coming back. You'll just present what interests you. The cost of Mwananchi was totally left out.
Right.
And that one is the main and the burden. That was the main issue that should have been discussed. But now, and the thing, people have spent hours and months trying to come up, and even money, trying to come up with a way of resolving. You come, you sit, but at the end of the day, when the final product, the final document comes, you find it has been altered.
Whoa.
Which also is not good.
Waste of time?
It's a waste of time, waste of resources, and there are other people that also feel they've been taken for granted. And also there's lack of credibility and seriousness.
So what happens to all those views? There are people who researched and planned.
And now you feel you are wasted. You just feel all your efforts and your time have been wasted.
Okay.
Yeah.
We need to go for a break. Stacy Awiti. What? Viewers, we are having somebody from the ground with us on studio today. What is your opinion? Are you feeling the impact of leadership in your life, especially the youth out there and the hustlers out there? Are you feeling the impact? We want to know your opinion. Just write politics or siasa, whichever you want to write, and then send it to 111-9803-84. See you after the break. Hapa tunachapa siasa. Don't go. Yes.